Okay, today we'll discuss certain areas like two nations theory, Muslim League, RSS, and Hindu Mahasabha, followed by Pakistan resolution. So, my dear friends, once again, two nations theory, Muslim League, RSS, Hindu Mahasabha, and Pakistan resolution. Stop. When talking about the yesterday's topic, we have discussed 35 Act, 1935 Act, followed by dominion status and how the Britishers rejected the full complete independence. So now when talking about this two nation theory, it was proposed by yesterday. A small introduction was given regarding this. We'll once again we look into these areas, right? Two nation theory proposed by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, a person from Muslim League, leader of Muslim League, and said that Muslims and Hindus were from different groups or religion. They are from different traditions and customs. Hindus, Muslims cannot be united. It will be difficult to unite the Hindus and Muslims because as they got their own traditions and customs, historical legacy, and they got their own different aspects in their life. So that if any force which is trying to combine the Hindus and Muslims, it cannot be worked out. His intention was to get separate state, nothing but nation for the Muslims. Muslims should have their own separate nation. This is a kind of immature decision that was taken by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and as well as Muslim League, followed by some other leaders who encouraged this partition or division of the country. Then why should I say why I'm saying that it is no immature decision? Because India, after getting independence, successful in democracy and was doing well, and it is really better in democracy. Emerged as a strong democratic nation in the world. But it comes to Pakistan, it was literally failed. So it is still struggling with that internal politics. So it has really a big threat through militants and no security for the people. Democratic features are not seen properly in Pakistan. My point is here, if it is with India, Pakistan, if it is with India, I think it will be a kind of story where people who are living in Pakistan can enjoy democratic system. But two nations, they should have the separate nation, India and Pakistan, two nations. Theory that was encouraged, unfortunate that is. So this is a kind of what you say that wrong philosophy. Anyhow, that is one area. Coming to the second one is Muslim League. We have a small discussion on Muslim League. Muslim League league. See, once like league, Muslim League. It was a period of, I'm talking about the freedom struggle of India. During 20s, 30s or before that, a period of religious sentiments, emerging of religious parties. There are certain parties for Muslims. There are certain parties for Hindus formed. Religion-based parties. Parties that are formed based on religion. For Hindus also many parties formed. For Muslims also many parties formed. So like the Muslim League also formed in 1906. Actually, behind this Britishers were there. When Indian National Congress formed in 1885, Britishers believed that it is a party of Hindus, particularly Brahmins. Now the Britishers' interest was to encourage Muslims to form separate party so that they can fight against INC and all some. You mean that Britishers encouraged Muslims to form the party? That's why in 1906 a party formed. Actually, it was formed because to protect the interest of the Jamindars, Muslim Jamindars. Jamindars who are there in UP. That is the first and initial aim of this party. Jamindars are landlords. Who are landlords are they? Muslim landlords are there in Uttar Pradesh. To protect the interest of the landlords who are there in Uttar Pradesh, a party is formed, that is we call Muslim League in 1906. League now during this period worked for the landlords. So, and later the aim of the party during 20s and after that 20s and after 1906 and after 20s and 30, aim of the party is always they are criticizing this the way how elections going on in India. Always throughout the country, whenever elections are held, Hindus are being elected as they are majority people. Hindus are majority people, they are being elected. You mean, if any minority person standing in the election, I think it will be always difficult to get victory. Because Hindus where they are standing, they are contesting, or their Hindus are being elected. Because Hindu voters are more. Naturally. Hindus are majority people in India, Muslims and Christians, some other religious people are minority people. Their number is low. Were the person contesting from these religions, minority religions, may be difficult to elect because Hindus can cast their vote to Hindu. At that time, that is the situation. Of course, at present we don't follow that. At present, were the person standing there, then we cast our vote to that man, either Hindu or Muslim or Christian, whatever. We don't find that. Aim of the party is separate electorate. This point is to be taken. Separate electorate. You mean Muslims electorate body of voters. Muslim voters must be in a constituency. Only Muslim voters. Hindu voters only should not. And the Muslim person can contest in the election and can get through, can be the member in the councils. Maybe legislative council or central legislative council or provinces. Separate electorate, nothing but Muslim body of voters will be in a constituency, in a particular area where a seat is reserved for them, or even at is general seat, where Muslim candidate can contest in the election and Muslim voters will be, and they can cast their vote. So my point is here, separate electorate was the aim of the Muslim League in the 20s and 30s. Even Britishers' aim also the same thing. Britishers would like to give separate electorate for Muslims, and then their number will be there in the councils. And the kind of competition will be there between the INC and other parties and Muslim League. Their aim is to see that the disputes that are taking place among the parties. It is indirectly it's a divide and rule policy. Muslims should be there, they must be elected, and these Muslims should compete with the INC and kind of controversy must be there, then there will be a unity. When unity is not there, there is no problem. Unfortunate. That's why they encourage. So that's why they encouraged and formed, and even the separate electorates are implemented since 1909. Since 1909, separate electorates were implemented. I mean, a particular seat is given to them, and they only Muslim voters, and they cast their vote to their own member, and that member will be there in the provinces. That's the point. But what about that INC? Indian National Congress also supported this logical point. INC believed that I am the national party, national party, and Muslim League is a regional party. You got the point. So, in 1937 elections, 482 seats are reserved for Muslims. Out of that, 1 or 2 seats won by Muslim League. Once again, look at that. Separate electorates given in the sense seats are reserved for Muslims. Only Muslim voters will be here. And how many seats are reserved throughout the country? In all the provinces. I said provinces, states. When elections are held for provinces, 1937 elections, 482 seats are reserved for them. Out of that, 1 or 2 seats are won by Muslim League. But what are remaining? Won by INC. Because INC also contested in the election. Because INC believed that it is national party. Anyhow, even Central Legislative Assembly, in the Central Legislative Assembly, like at present Lok Sabha, Central Legislative Assembly, 58 seats are reserved for Muslim League. They won 26 seats. Once look at this. You mean you know very well. At state level we have government, and at central level also we have government. At state level we have seats, and central level seats also, MPs and MLAs, like here also. All MLAs, like 482 seats are reserved for them. Out of that, 1 or 2 they won, and here at the central level 58 MLA Central Legislative Assembly, we call it a Central Legislative Assembly. For that, members are being elected. So that how many seats are reserved for the Muslim League? 58. Out of that, how many seats they won? 26. Anyhow, only 4.4% of the total Muslim voters, out of total Muslim voters, 4.4% of voters, Muslim voters are with Muslim League. This logical point is important. In this election, we can see that only 4.4 Muslim voters are cast their vote to Muslim League. The remaining seats, remaining voters, out of that other areas, all the areas, they cast their vote to Indian National Congress. Because here Muslims and Hindus strongly committed to cast their vote to INC. Muslim League not able to drag the entire Muslims who are there in Pakistan, India towards it. This party is not able to take their confidence, these people into their confidence. They are not able to this. This party not able to convince the Muslims. This party was popular in some areas, United Province, Madras Province and Bombay Province. These are the provinces. These provinces where Muslim, this 4.4% Muslims are cast their vote to Muslim League. This is the area from where Pakistan not created, right? At present, wherever that Pakistan is there, from there earlier In the 1937 elections, Muslim League was not able to do well. You mean Muslim League not able to get the vote from the area from where Pakistan is created at that time. పాకిస్తాన్ ఏర్పాటు చేసిన ప్రాంతాల నుంచి తనకు ఓట్లు పడలేదు. యునైటెడ్ ప్రావిన్స్, మెద్రాస్ ప్రావిన్స్, ముంబై ప్రావిన్స్ నుంచి ఈ 4.4 ఓట్లే పడ్డాయి. యు మీన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు, ముస్లిం లీగ్ not able to convince the people, Muslim people towards it. But 37 onwards, 37 to 47, 37 to 47, because in 1946 elections were held, 46, 37 and followed by 46. Why this tremendous change that is there? So, Muslim League able to convince the Muslims. They started convincing the Muslims. So, first thing is 1930s, 20s, 30s and 40s, up to 1940, look at that. The major demand, Pakistan, formation of Pakistan not there. After 40, that idea was emerged. Before 1940, the aim is always protection of the interest of the Muslims and working for the Muslims, that's all. Separate autonomy or status that is being asked for the Muslims who are living in various regions. Majority Muslims where they are living, they separate autonomy that they asked, but they did not ask about Pakistan. So 1937 to, I'm saying look at this, 1937 to 46. 1937 to 1946 or 46. In this 9 years of span, Muslim League cleverly convinced the Muslims to come towards it. Particularly 1940 to 46, 6 years of that, Muslim League was able to say something. If a Muslim separate nation is formed, what would be the positive thing for the Muslims? They said that if separate nation is formed, we will enjoy our own system. We will enjoy all the employments, and there will be no competition from the Hindu zamindars and traders and all. And even under this majority people, we can't face this. So that's why if we get separate nation during this period, Muslim League convincing like this, it would be great freedom. We'll enjoy great freedom and great employment opportunities and so on. That's why we must get separate nation. So that was really a great work done by this. There will be no competition in business from the Hindu zamindars. Jobs will be more for the Muslims if it is separate nation is formed. And even fear about that more freedom we can enjoy as we won't be under majority people like Hindus. So these are also wrong, I said. Anyhow, convinced and trapping the people towards Muslim League. But at the same time, even Hindu Mahasabha, at the same time, Britishers also encouraged the Muslims to go away from the ANC and Hindus. They encouraged always Muslims. Whatever the unity that is there between the Hindus and Muslims, that is being disturbed by Britishers. Britishers' aim is to disturb the unity that is there among the people. Even INC role in this particular area, INC not able to go with the Muslim League, not able to take the Muslim League and its ideas into convents. You mean that? Muslim League ideology that is before 1940s, Muslim League simply working for the interest of the Muslims, right? But that day by day the gap between the Muslim League and INC increased. INC not supporting Muslim League. Being a national party, INC, Indian National Congress, should take the Muslims and their interest into confidence. You mean that respect that should be given to Muslim League, and as well as we must go with the Muslim League. That's why Muslim League, when the gap that is there between, more gap that is there between INC and Muslim League, now Muslim League going away from INC. That's why they moved towards separate nation, demand of separate nation. That chance that was given by ANC. Because in 1937, after elections held, I will give one incident. In 1937, when elections were held, Muslim League would like to form the government in the United Province, because Muslim League did not get many seats. With the help of INC, they would like to form, but the INC rejected. Why this gap that is there between INC and Muslim League I am talking about? The gap that is there between Muslim League and INC, because Muslim League would like to go with INC and would like to form a government in the particular state like United Province, but it was rejected by INC. One more point pointed out by Muslim League was, when a Muslim person joined in Muslim League opposed by INC, the same Muslim person who is joining in INC or joining in other Hindu parties, not opposed. You mean INC always looking at Muslim League as a opponent party? That's enough. INC, Indian National Congress, being a national-wide party, should take the all smaller parties along with that, and their interest and everything, there should be a place for that. That point is to be considered. Here the mistake done by Muslim League was there when talking about partition of India, and mistake that is there from the side of the Britishers by giving separate electorate and encouraging Muslim that. Even that the ANC and its role also the same. Due to that, separate nations were created. So, this is about Muslim League. And coming to the, and another important area is religious based parties, particularly Hindu parties. Hindu parties, here it was mentioned regarding Hindu Mahasabha and Hindu Mahasabha. Hindu Mahasabha and RSS. Hindu Mahasabha and RSS, Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, RSS. Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. These two are Hindu Mahasabha, RSS. Both are formed in 1920s. 1924, Hindu Mahasabha 1924. Same period RSS also formed. These two parties say aim is to protect Hindus. That's the point. Hindus, they would like to mobilizing the Hindus. They would like to see India is a land of Hindus. They would like to unite the Hindus. Over the whatever the divisions are there, whatever the difference are there among Hindus, that are to be removed. By removing the divisions or differences among Hindus, they would like to establish unity among Hindus. At the same time, they announced that India is the land of Hindus. See, wrong message that was given. India is the land of Hindus. India was the land of Hindus because they are majority. Then at present, can you say like that? Can you say that the India is the land of Hindus at present? When you are announcing, immediately there will be a big threat, immediately eruptions will. Muslims, Christians, Jains, Buddhists, almost all religious people will come like anything and will attack. Communal violence, unity, integrity and peace and everything will be disturbed. What all that the smooth functioning of Indian democracy will be damaged. So RSS and Hindu Mahasabha are the parties based on Hindus, working based on the Hindu philosophy, working for the unity of the country, unity of Hindus, and working for the removal of the divisions that are there in Hindu communities, and again saying that India is the land of Hindus as their majority. According to my opinion, religion-based parties should not be there. In democracy, there should no place for religion. Religion, ఒక మతాన్ని సంబంధించిన పార్టీలు ఉండకూడదు. Religious based parties should not be there. But their Muslim League and here it is Hindu Mahasabha and RSS are Hindu based parties, religion based parties, and though because of these parties so many problems created. That is because of these religious parties, unity was disturbed many times. Kind of disunity that is happened in many times. Entire India really faced a problem of partition. Even the death of Gandhi because of these parties. Death of Gandhi because of members who were there in some other religious parties. Nadaram Gadse, once a member in Hindu Mahasabha, then came out. And who was the responsible for the death of assassination of Mahatma Gandhi? My point is here, India faced two major problems because of religious parties. That is about the losing great Mahatma and partition of India. Actually, we should not give any place for these religious parties. India is a secular country. Secularism is our motto. Secularism, you know the point? Secularism, nothing but treating all the religions equally. There should be no place for any religion, separate status for any religion. All the religions are equal. And government cannot encourage any religion and cannot discourage any religion. It is a country with many religions. Every person from different religion can live without any disturbances. As we strongly committed to secularism, why should we encourage these kind of things here? Religion-based parties, even at present also there are parties, religion-based parties working for that. And really it is a big damage for democracy. Because Muslim people can cast the vote for a particular party. Or Hindu people can cast their vote only particular party. This is nonsense. In democracy, if any party or a person or the leader who is encouraging people, mobilizing the people based on religion or community or any caste or something, that is to be condemned. That has to be seriously condemned. These kind of things must be there. But such things were happened during independence. Mobilizing people of their own community, encouraging their own community, forming their own parties based on their own community, working only for their community. That was there from Hindus, that was there from Muslims. Not only Muslim League, some other parties, many parties are there in Muslim League for the Muslims during independence. This is not the way. So, these are the 4 areas we discussed. 3 areas. And tomorrow we'll take Pakistan, reasons for the formation of Pakistan and Quit India movement. So thank you.